First pitch swinging. Oh, and first pitch crushing!
Pitching Ninja! Pitching Ninja! We got sliders and fastballs and curveballs too. When you step in the box, man, you're gonna be through.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Pitching Ninja Show. Before we get started, make sure to hit that subscribe button because you are not going to want to miss all my Pitching Ninja shows, interviews, and other really cool content. It was a great first weekend. What did you think, Will?
Ooh, not great, actually, as a Sox fan. Getting absolutely destroyed at Fenway on opening weekend by the putrid Orioles wasn't something I was too thrilled about. I was happy, got a couple of nice nicknames from you guys on Twitter and YouTube. Pitching Samurai, the Producing Ninja, Billy Bats, I liked. Wasn't too fond of Bedhead.
See, I like Bedhead. I thought Bedhead was awesome.
Well, I'm wearing a hat from here on out, I think. Mike Paris called me Blurry Guy, which take a hike because now I have a 4K camera. So anyway, Ninja, what were you most excited about on this first weekend? What did you see that you loved?
Well, I mean, as usual, as a pitching guy, I love to see the pitching step up. I mean, it has been absolutely disgusting. Even starting with the last spring training game, where Blake Treinen just whipped out this 100-mile-an-hour sinker from hell. I mean, that got like 1 million views on Twitter and covered by USA Today. The Corbin Burns-Jose Barrios duel was amazing. Like, literally could not get out of my chair for an hour and a half. Corbin Burns has one of the nastiest cutters in baseball, maybe the nastiest cutter in baseball, and is probably one of a handful of the most underrated pitchers in baseball. And then you have Barrios with his demon curveballs. Both of them had no hitters fairly deep into the game. And as a pitching fan, you love to see it. One of my favorite things about early season baseball, especially when I don't have to be out there coaching it, is baseball in the snow. So we got treated to a Miggy snow bomb, which was fantastic. And then I think we had Yu Chang at the plate, just with the biggest smile hitting in the snow. And to me, that just meant baseball was back. It was just like the pure innocence of baseball. And in Sunday night baseball, holy cow, Shohei Ohtani, 101 mile an hour fastballs, a 93 mile an hour splitter, had one 92 mile an hour splitter that is one of the best splitters I think anybody has ever seen. Not only that, but also he had his breaking ball working and threw a few breaking balls that were just unfair. So he is a freak. And then in his first at bat, to top it off, the chairman of the Pitchers Who Rake Club, Shohei Ohtani, hits an absolute missile, 451 feet. So some other things that jumped out at me were Tyler Glasnow is back and better than ever. His fastball curveball combo is lethal, as you know. They did an overlay of that, and you can see why that is so hard to hit. But not only that, he introduced his new pitch, the slutter, which not only is my favorite pitch to say, but it is also filthy. And Glasnow had an awesome first outing. I mean, pitching just keeps getting better and better, and people are making up pitches at different velos that never have been before seen. What do you think about that, Will?
It's awesome to see, especially being part of the Pitching Ninja Show and being so close to you, but I think comments like when Theo Epstein said recently he was considering, or he thinks it would be good if MLB considered moving the mound back maybe just a foot, it does make you think for a second. Now I know 60 foot 6 inches is sacred, and that does seem really drastic to me, but I'm thinking, I don't know, maybe we lower the mound or something, because these pitchers are just too good now, and we know that strikeouts are an issue, maybe not for guys like you and I. We like them, but I don't know, they're just so good, throwing 101 mile an hour cutters, and I don't know. What do you think, Ninja?
The world's smallest violin. I mean, get better. How about that? Just get better. Don't like it, hit the ball. Hitters should take it as a challenge. I mean, pitchers have gotten better. They focused on velocity and movement. Hitters have to focus on countering that. And that's just going to be the natural cat and mouse game of baseball. And I think, you know, you can market strikeouts. Like, show everybody why this is ridiculous, why these guys are crazy athletes versus whining about it. I think whining gets you nowhere.
There is precedent to this. You know, after In 69, they lowered the mound
Nice.
after Bob Gibson had one of the greatest seasons of all time. And I think he had like, what a 1.14 ERA or something. And
1.12, yeah.
But it has been done before. The last time they moved the mound back was in the 1800s. So to me, that seems a little too sacred. But lowering the mound a little bit, if we did know for a fact it was going to put more balls in play, I think I might be down for it. I'm not sure we know that, though.
I don't know that we know that. I think the change in launch angle, we call it launch angle, but hitters trying to hit the ball up. Usually, as Ted Williams said in his book, it's to match the plane of the pitch, too. If the plane of the pitch is flatter and hitters are still trying to hit it up, does that actually decrease offense? Potentially. Maybe it'll increase strikeouts. You don't know. But I guess it all comes down to get better. Play against, practice against high velocity, high spin rate stuff. Hitters take it as a challenge and treat it like a cage match. I love the idea of it's me versus you. Get better, knock the pitcher out. Pitchers, your job is to strike the dude out.
So my one pushback there, though, Rob, is that I think as a baseball fan, though, it's not pitchers versus batters. It's improving the game overall. And we'd like to say hitters get better, but if they can't, it is the fans who are suffering. And I think I'm open to some type of some changes to get it there.
Yeah, and I think that's a reasonable take. It depends on why you're a fan. I'm a fan because I love watching pitchers dominate and come and challenge themselves against the best hitters in the world. It's still not that easy to get someone out. I mean, you're facing Mike Trout. I think it's great to watch hitters try and defeat the pitcher. That battle to me is most of the game of baseball. Obviously, web gems and all that stuff's exciting. Stealing bases is exciting. I think there is room for all types of fans. So I'm saying it from my own standpoint that I like that cage match mentality. You see most of sports actually going more towards that. Why not set it up that the hitter and pitcher are the central point of the game?
What are some rule changes that you actually would like to see?
So I've been arguing on Twitter about this. Watching Shohei Ohtani on Sunday Night Baseball with the drop third strike and nearly dying at home plate trying to cover. I tend to agree with Max Scherzer, who said the drop third strike is the worst rule in baseball.
The hitter swings at a pitch, he misses it, so he's struck out, and then the pitch is so far away that the catcher can't even catch it. And then we're going to award the hitter first base?
Justin Verlander, who said, I just threw a nasty pitch. It was so nasty the hitter swung and missed and the catcher couldn't even catch it. So somehow I'm penalized. And then Jack Flaherty tweeted during the Sunday night game that drop third strike sucks. We had Emmanuel Clase throw a 101 mile an hour cutter, which is not a word that they shouldn't be put together. 101 mile an hour and cutter. That's freak show stuff. You also had Yu Darvish throwing a kind of alien 98 mile an hour two-seamer, which I think according to stats moved more than any pitch, more than any two-seamer he had thrown since StatCast had been invented. Zach Greinke throwing a fastball the same speed as his changeup on consecutive pitches. It just doesn't have to make sense if it's Zach Greinke. Also, we had Josh Hader doing Josh Hader things, which is throwing complete fuel, hitting 100 miles an hour in an domination in his first outing. And I don't know how you hit that guy. Just got all these limbs flying at you and then hitting 100. Man, count me out. As a hitter, maybe we should move the mound back on second thought, Will. I mean, that's pretty tough. We have guys like Giolito against Trout throwing a mutant changeup that looked like it was like an alien pitch. And coincidentally, I have Lucas Giolito here to talk about that pitch, because it was definitely one of the standouts from the first weekend. Now, why did you do Trout like that? He's a nice guy, right?
Very nice guy, but best hitter in the game. You got to try and bring out the good stuff, man. I struck out the first two guys that inning. I'm like, well, I want to set the tone here for the season and strike out the side. Ended up going 3-2. And we went with the changeup 3-2, and I just kind of had a little bit of a different mentality with it than I usually have on a 3-2 changeup. Just threw it as hard as I could, finished it. It did what it did.
I mean, dude, what did you? So he hit like a fastball, basically a foul nuke off you. That I saw your reaction. You were like,
I know, man. I'm like, I'm joking with Lance Lynn because he pitched a couple nights after me and he was just blowing Mike up, like blowing him up with heaters, challenge heaters down the middle, swing and miss, swing and miss, swing and miss. I'm like, Lance, I throw a pretty similar fastball to you, but god damn, like Trout just crushes my heater and he swings through yours all day. I'm like, what's going on? But yeah, I mean, for me, I gotta throw some other stuff. I can't just blow the heater.
yeah. I mean, like I saw that, and I was like, both of y'all's reaction, I was like, man, he might have he clearly yanked it foul, but he got all of that. Like that ball was probably like 450 feet foul.
Oh yeah.
He destroyed it. And then you came back and just like the dude's got a family. He's trying to make a living out there.
He's gonna be just fine. He's Mike Trout. He'll be all right. I'm just like kind of pumped that I like did that. I've always been the like high changeup guy, the changeup that like doesn't move that much, but like I'm using the speed difference and tunneling off my heater. But like I finally threw that pitching ninja type pitch is like good on the eyes, you know, like it looks pretty cool. So now the next step is like, all right, how do I do that consistently? It was just like pretty much a screwball. I don't remember anything like particular about like the way I threw it. I just like really got on it and I finished the shit out of it. And it was like, that's what happened.
Yeah, so maybe that's the key. Maybe it is actually finishing it, which allows you not to think pronation, but you're naturally going to pronate through it when you throw it that hard. That could be.
Yeah.
Did you feel like you had him set up for the change at that situation after he yanked the 94 foul?
Yeah. I mean, he's out in front of like my best heater. I gotta throw something else. Yeah, I don't know. He's a very, very good hitter. He's like very annoying to face. Like I felt like all series long, it was 3-2 counts. He's like working counts, taking first pitch, fouling stuff off, except for Lance Lynn and Matt Foster. Like they were able to beat him with heaters. I couldn't really do that. So we went to my next best offering.
Did you know
pretty much how it went.
I noticed you threw a first pitch, like a 96 mile an hour heater. You had a feeling he was taking there, or was that?
Yeah, most likely.
Yeah. I was wondering what was going through your head on that.
If he wants to swing at it and pop it up, great. But yeah, he's usually pretty patient, especially early on in ABs.
Well, I think that was awesome. I love the fact that you went out there to set the tone for the season, though. That mentality, because I can tell from like you're a nice dude, and you go out there on the bump, and you look like you want to freaking kill somebody, and I can tell that from your body language that was what you were doing. So it's awesome to hear that firsthand that is what you're doing. Then you had Sunday Night Baseball. You had this freak of an athlete, Shohei Ohtani. What was like, did you guys feel that? Like I was watching it going, holy crap, what am I watching? This dude's throwing 101 and hitting 450-foot bombs. What is the feeling like when y'all are facing somebody like that?
Yeah, we had the Sunday Night Baseball, the Shohei show. That's why I'm all like, drowsy this morning. that late Sunday night getaway game. But yeah, I mean, it was pretty impressive. I've seen him pitch a few times now. I've obviously seen him hit a lot. I faced him and things like that. But it's just, I think it's really cool talent. But like, I don't know, give pitchers some credit, like Zach Wheeler did it the other day.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
He threw 100 and he had like 2 RBIs, like 2 for 3 or something like that.
So you want to hit, right? I mean, you don't want this DH thing. You want to hit.
For me, I've got 2 hits in the big leagues. Like, I'd love to hit a home run. I don't know if that's ever going to happen.
Lastly, in college baseball, Jack Leiter continues to just show that he's at a whole nother level in the game. Started out the game last weekend with 9 strikeouts in 3 innings. You can do the math, but that is ridiculous. And he had his secondary pitches working. In earlier games, he had relied a lot on his fastball, but his curveball was also filthy and threw some cutters too that were just phenomenal. So, I mean, he continues to distance himself from other pitchers out there in the college ranks, and excited to watch him develop during the season, because I don't know how much better that dude could get. Well, that's all for this week. Thanks for stopping by. Remember, please hit that subscribe button, because you are not going to want to miss each episode of the Pitching Ninja Show. I'm going to K-strut on out of here, and until next time, keep throwing flames.